machine. Hey, I'm making put our hands together so that we can fight this time together. We are your friends. We are the world, make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are your friends. We are the ones who make a better day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Each show will make a better day, just you and me. Don't be so that matters about me as I take my time and sing reality. It is struggle, they hustle, they muscle. Why some people that it cannot ever move? All we need is a great nation, which is Biafra in our world today. All we need is to be free. Sit down to enjoy our nationality. Waiting I see, now so me I used to talk them. Share as I talk them, now so you go understand them. Chukwu is my backbone forever. If you like it, make it there, just smoke by the journal. We are your friends. We are the world, make a brighter day, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are your friends. We are the ones to make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we make. We're saving all our future. We'll make a better day, just you and me. We are your friends, so let's start giving. The choice we make, we're saving all our issue. We make a better day, just you and me. We are the world. We are your friends. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. Each show will make a better day, just you and me. Saving up in Nigeria, we be your friend. Them they carry our money at the area. Let no one know if we done trouble. All I want to let them know it's what's up. You got them it on our side. Everybody we want try go come side. And that was an Azukilishi. Them leave us for water. Put up on the machine. I'm make it put our hands together so that we can fight this time together. We are your friends. We are the world, make a better day, so let's start giving. The choice nationality. Waiting I see now so me I used to talk them. Share as I talk them now so you go understand them. You go up your mind is my backbone forever. I can make you there just talk about the channel. We are friends. We are the one make a brighter day. So let's start giving. The choice we make it. We're selling now all our issue. We make a better day. Just you and me. We are the one. We are friends. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. The choice we make it. We're serving all our future will make a better day. Just you and me. We are the one. We are friends. We are the one make a better day. So let's start giving. The choice we make it. We're serving all our issue will make a better day. Just you and me. We are the one. We are friends. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving. There's a choice we'll make. We're saving our lives. Saving up in Nigeria, we be your friend. And they carry our money and area. Like no one know if we don't trouble. And that Musa Nazuki.
As long as we come on air every evening, the whole world must listen. As long as we preach this very gospel, Chukwu Okike Abiama must be with us. Therefore, without any further hesitation, we must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiama who resided in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in Kahagedin song, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee all over this very planet that you created. They are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have spilled, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, O Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said, my name is Namdekano. I am the leader of indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, I tell you. I lead indigenous people of Biafra IykeObed. So also do I command the armies of Biafra. They are fiercely loyal. They are loyal, I tell you, and doing the work that I expect them to do. I also direct Radio Biafra, not through any power which I possess or any extraordinary knowledge, but by your grace, O Lord. By your grace, we honor you and we adore you. I know that some people listening, including the British, may not understand what we are doing, but there is nobody in Britain that answers Nwachukwu, the child of heaven. We do. Therefore, when we worship our Father, people should not try to be jealous. They should not feign ignorance or misunderstanding, because we are ancient people. We have been doing this for over 5,000 years and will continue to do so until the end of time.
people. I welcome you this evening. I'm not sure if our mic is working out. Just checking. All right, let's see what the problem is over here. All right, so I'm not sure what the problem is. Continue.
I will present you to Chukwukika Biama in heaven. Therefore, our Father who resideth in heavens above, looking down upon the pain and the suffering of your children, as was foretold by those who has gone before us, that a day will come when the world will gang up, when all the children of darkness will congregate to prevail against your children. That time is now. We are in pain. We are in so much suffering that man cannot begin to comprehend it. We ask for your mercy. We ask for you to come and present and provide a way where there is none. We ask you, Chukwukika Biamaka, if we came amara n'ime ndụ ụmụ gị niile ndị IPOB n'ebe niile dị iche iche ruo ebe niile ụwa sọtụrụ ka ịdị mma gị na ebere gị biko gbaso ha ụbọchị ile nke ndụ ha. Ọkwa asụsụ eluigwe. We call upon you this evening.
All right, so welcome once again. This is Biafra Radio, and we are coming to you this evening. Today, of course, is the 13th day of April, the year of our Lord, 2026. And of course, we are trying to set up things here to ensure that everything is working perfectly well. Let me try to recover my picture, rather my video, because I am not coming out. There we go. All right, so permit me once again to welcome you if you are joining us right now. It is Biafra Radio. This is where we worship Elohim, and of course, we are live reaching wherever you are hearing the sound of my voice. And please, if you are joining us, you will do us a favor across all platforms. Very, very important as we are proceeding, or rather as we are about to commence. We have prayed, of course, and then we will commence in earnest. My name is Samaze Ikechukwu Onoha, and of course, I serve the indigenous people of Biafra here in South Africa, and this is what I do. I broadcast on Biafra Radio, and of course, other responsibilities that I am undertaking here in South Africa as far as IPOB and the restoration of Biafra is concerned. Once again, my name's Barrister Ikechukwu Onoha, and please, if you are joining in right now, could you please share this broadcast according to, or rather across all platforms? Please share. Very, very important. Share across all platforms. All right, we will commence without any waste of time or without any hesitation. Once again, my name is Barrister Ikechukwu Onoha, and I want to welcome you this evening as we are continuing, or as we are progressing. It is Biafra Radio, and of course, it is the only platform where we preach the truth and nothing but the truth. That is what we do on this platform. But before we proceed, as you all may know, today is the International Holocaust Day, and I'm going to explain to you briefly what we mean when we say International Holocaust Day. Very, very important that you understand, because we are talking about Israel here. These are the only people that we can think of that share the same faith with us. And of course, when you talk about Holocaust, then you remember, of course, the Biafran Nigerian war. I wouldn't call it Biafra Nigerian war because that is a massacre. It's a genocide that was perpetrated against the indigenous people of Biafra. So Israel suffered the same fate in a different way. It was Holocaust, where 6 million Jews were killed, murdered in the hands of the Nazi Germany. So they are remembering, of course, this event, and they always say, never again. The same way we are saying as Biafrans, never again. So I will tell you a little bit about this Holocaust event, and then, of course, we will maintain a minute's silence, of course, for those who lost their life during the Holocaust, just the same way we do when we do our 30th of May as Biafrans. But now, so what happened was the Holocaust was a systematic state-sponsored persecution and murder of approximately 6 million Jews. Now, when you look at it, slightly different from our figure. I'm talking about the Biafran War, about 5 million people, martyred and slaughtered, men, women, and children. Now, we're talking about the Holocaust of the Jewish people. So, approximately 6 million European Jews and millions of others by the Nazi regime and its allies, occurring between 1933 and 1944. Roughly 7 years, they were killing the Jews in the camp, the concentrated camp where they took them and where they killed them in many ways. Some were, killed using gas. Some were killed using a lot of, ill-mannered way. So between the year 1933 and, of course, the year 1945, the Jews were slaughtered in the Nazi camp. The persecution began during World War II, particularly from 1941 to 1945. So this is basically what happened, and this is why Jews, and not just only Jews all over the world, but of course, men of the Jewish people, that happened many years ago. And we are saying never again. The same fate that we as Biafrans, of course, suffered in the hands of the Nigerian government, together with their allies, the British, the French, and all the people that assisted them in murdering 5 million saying never again. So what we are going to do, of course, we are going to observe at least a minute's silence, of course, for those of the Jews people who were this Holocaust event. Very, very important, because as far as we at the moment are the state of Israel, and then, of course, if they are mourning, of course, we will show solidarity. That's what you do when your ally is mourning. All right, so let us do just a minute silent. And as we are doing that, a minute silent, in remembrance of this Holocaust, they're very, very important. And then, of course, after that, a minute silence, we will continue. All right, welcome back. And of course, it is still Biafra Radio, and we are live. And of course, if you are joining in, begin to share this broadcast across the board. What we have done now is just to observe a minute silence, of course, in memory and remembrance of those who were killed during the Holocaust, the Jewish Holocaust for that matter, from 1933 up until 1945, before the Jewish nation was created. Very, very important. All right, we must proceed. We must continue. It is still Biafra Radio, and of course, this is where we worship Elohim. And of course, if you are joining in, help me to share this broadcast. Very, very important. Share is across all platforms. Invite everybody to join in as we are proceeding. All right, this night we have a few things to touch on, few things to talk about. But before we get into the other thing, let's do this. I want to bring you up to speed with regards to the issue of they listed IPOB as one of the sponsors of terrorists. They listed IPOB as one of the terrorist organization, or rather, one of the sponsors of terrorism. Unbelievable. All right. So, let me get this straight because I just want to read out the articles so that you can understand what is happening. Of course, it is indeed a very, very serious thing and something that we cannot just leave lying down. And of course, it was done maliciously. The listing of IPOB as a sponsor of terrorism, it was done maliciously, and I will explain to you. The federal government naming IPOB as terror sponsor of court, said Barrister Lawyer Jimako. The federal government's naming of IPOB as a sponsor of terrorism is a contempt of court. Now, what is a contempt of court? A contempt of court is a very simple meaning. When you disobey the courts, then it becomes a contempt of court. All right, let me read this for you in order for you to understand the situation with regards this listing of IPOB as a terrorist sponsor organization. A lawyer, Juma Call, lawyer to the imprisoned leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazen Namdekano, has criticized the federal government for listing IPOB among sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. The list issued on the website of the Nigerian Sanctions Committee, NXC, included Finland-based factional leader of IPOB, they said, but we all know that Simon is not, an IPOB member. Neither is he a faction of IPOB. Whatever he's doing, he is doing his own thing. All right. So he was also added in that list, Simon Epa, as one of the sponsors of terrorism. And then others include, there were many names that were written here, which I'm not going to go on to read because it is a lot. So I just want to get to the crux of the matter as it concerns or as it relates to IPOB. All right. The list has IPOB among terror groups such as Boko Haram and the Islamic State West Africa. Can you believe that? Associated IPOB with Boko Haram and ISWAP. Now, this is Fulani because they will always find a way to soil the name of our people. They will always find a way. I mean, when you talk about IPOB simply means the indigenous people of Biafra. So, in other words, what they have listed here is a whole nation, a whole Biafran nation that they are calling terrorist sponsor. Because when you talk about Boko Haram, it's an isolated case. It's an organization whom their hobby and what they do is terrorism. But IPOB is an umbrella that unites the whole of Southeast, the whole of our people. It is called the indigenous people of Biafra. So if you are an Igbo man, if you are an Ibanke man, if you are a Calabar man, it doesn't matter who you are. As long as you are from that side of the world, you are a terrorist. And that is what they are saying by listing IPOB as a terrorist. And the thing is not just that they listed. It's a contempt of the courts, and I'll tell you why. Because there is a pending matter in the Supreme Court of Nigeria with regards to the prescription of IPOB. There is a pending matter. And when a matter is pending in courts, you cannot act on it. You cannot act against or for, because the matter is pending. It is not yet conclusive. So the listing of IPOB as a terrorist sponsor organization is a contempt of court, because basically what they're saying is that it doesn't matter what the courts say or what the courts do, that IPOB is a terrorist organization. That is what they are saying. And that cannot be, because only the court has the final say. The Supreme Court, where the matter is filed, they are the ones who will make a ruling. And after their ruling, then can you say that IPOB is this or not? But they run quickly and went ahead and prescribe, not prescription, but rather list IPOB on this list as a terrorist sponsor organization alongside Boko Haram, ISWAP. Can you believe that? So, the recent publication of the contempt of court, because the case is still pending before the Supreme Court. And when a matter is sub judice, you cannot do what they have just done now. That is a country that have no respect for the rule of law, a country that does not care what the court of law says. Nigeria is a law unto themselves. They do what they want to do, and there is nothing you can do about it. It's like me and you, we are fighting for a piece of land, and then we go to court, and the matter is still all in court. The judgment has not been delivered, and then you went ahead and go and build a house in that land that is in dispute. You went ahead and go and build a house in that land that is before the courts, even before the court says anything. That is exactly what the Nigerian government did. A matter is before the Supreme Court, but you went ahead and list IPOB as a terrorist sponsor organization. So what are you saying? You are basically saying that the court has no power. The court cannot do anything. The court cannot tell the government what to do. And that is exactly what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. So the matter is before the Supreme Court, and by the virtue of the matter being before the Supreme Court means that the matter is sub judice. Aloy Ejimako said that he knows this as a fact because he is the one who personally signed and filed the appeal in the Supreme Court. But they don't care. They still went ahead and listed IPOB among the terror sponsoring organization. Unbelievable. All right, we must continue. So I thought I should bring this to your attention because, to be honest with you, it is very, very disheartening. And it's not a good thing to the name and the brand of IPOB. To deal with it, we are going to fight it in the court of law. And of course, at the end of the day, Elohim will see us through in that case. All right. So let's talk about what I want to talk about this evening. Very, very important. If you can give me a minute, it's not going to be a long prayer, a long program this evening. It's going to be a very quick one, but I want us to talk about something very, very important. All right. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the 4 cardinal points of IPOB. You know, some of us are in IPOB, but we don't know what IPOB is all about. We don't understand IPOB as it is. We don't know the cause and values of IPOB. And this is why people are misbehaving. People misbehave because they don't understand what IPOB stands for. They don't understand what IPOB is all about. You know, when you go into any organization, you need to know the rules. You need to know what is their constitution. What is it saying? What are you allowed to do and what are you not allowed to do? That is how it works. But some people join IPOB just for their own purpose, for their own reasons, selfish for that matter. They are not interested to understand where is this organization called IPOB going. So I want to just go through these 4 cardinal points of IPOB. It's very, very important for you to understand, because this is the moral value of IPOB. This is what we believe in, and this is what we do as IPOB. Very, very important. All right. The 4 cardinal points of IPOB represent a profound moral and philosophical compass for the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB movement, articulated by its leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These principles define the character of the IPOB family. This principle defines who we are as IPOB. These 4 cardinal points, that what shows what we are all about as IPOB. Right. The above mentioned cardinal point, as conceived by the founder and leader of the movement, and outlines as follow. Now, listen very carefully. Very, very important. Number 1, you must be without fear before your enemies. That is the number 1 cardinal point of IPOB. You must be without fear before your enemies. Very, very important. I don't know. I want to see if I can get this and put it on the screen. I think it will help us a bit. So please, if you can just give me some minutes here. I will take a quick break so I can be able to put this on the screen, and then we will continue. Please don't go away. I'll be back.
Shining out so bright, it's supernatural. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song forever. It's a song we'll be singing. It's a song of victory. It's a song of Biafra. It's a song of Biafra. I cannot be stopped. I am a bulldozer. I carry the sling of David. I'm a lion king. A lion must fall down. Jericho walls must crumble. To the rising sun, there's a star in the east, shining up in the sky, shining up so bright it's supernatural. Hallelujah. He's a song forever. He's the song of the singer. He's the sound of freedom. We are champions. He's the song. He's the son of Biafra. Yeah, present to me. Freedom is coming. Yeah. Freedom.
All right, so welcome back once again. It is Biafra Radio. Thank you for sticking with us here. We are still on our lecture this evening. We are talking about the four cardinal points of IPOB, and I've explained to you what the cardinal point stands for and what they are all about. This is more like a navigator or the direction, something that directs us as IPOB, for us to know where we are going or where the struggle is taking us. All right. So I want to put on this very, very important so that we can continue There we go. So, as you can see, what we have here, it is the 4 cardinal points of IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. This is the cardinal point that show us the direction of where we are going. Very, very important that you understand, because you cannot tell me that you are in an organization such as IPOB, a freedom fighting outfit, and you don't know the cardinal point. You don't know where we are going. You don't know where the arrows are pointing. It is very important, because if we understand these 4 cardinal points and then you understand our code of conduct, you will be a disciplined follower of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, a disciplined member of IPOB. But if you don't understand what this is all about, I tell you, you will not know what we are doing or either where we are going. All right, so let me see how I can get this in. Very, very important. Please just permit me for a second. I want to sort this out. I don't know if it's gonna be possible. I want to bring in the pictures. There we go. I've got it sorted out. There we go. All right. So now, when you look at this cardinal point, just because I had a break in transmission, I'm going to also explain again, prepare the ground so that when I start explaining this cardinal point, you will understand. So, what we said is that fearless in truth, compassionate in action, the 4 cardinal points define an IPOB's moral foundation. Now, you cannot form an organization. So, this is our moral compass as IPOBians. Because if you have this moral compass, you can't IPOB today. All this betrayal and backstabbing is because people do not understand the moral fiber of IPOB. And that is what I'm here to explain to you this evening. Because the 4 cardinal points of IPOB, it represents a profound moral and philosophical compass for the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB movement, articulated by its leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. These principles defines the character of the IPOB family. We have character. I ain't with a character. We are a family. When we use the word IPOB family, people don't understand. In a family, there are rules. In a family, there are house rules. And our house rules as IPOB family is the 4 cardinal points. If you don't know these cardinal points, you will not understand that you are in a family. Some people think that this is a war front. This is a family structure. And because it is a family structure, there is a set down rules. But as you can see, the people we call leaders, the people we say that they are our leaders, they are not teaching the people what they are supposed to teach them. And I'm talking about the DOS, the so-called underground DOS. They are not teaching our people what they are supposed to teach them. Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself laid down some principles, some rules. And when you say that you are a leadership, it is your job and your responsibility. If you're on DOS level, you are a coordinator, you are a national coordinator, you are reps or whatever you are. Your responsibility is to uphold the constitution of that association or organization. It is your responsibility to uphold any rule, any house rules that is handed over to you by the founder of that organization. But the DOS are not interested in teaching our people anything. As a matter of fact, they are fighting the code of conduct. The DOS are not teaching our people about the 4 cardinal points. And I can tell you, when I posted this 4 cardinal points, because I am writing for the whistleblower. So when I wrote this 4 cardinal points, it got the highest viewership because people don't know what it is. They were shocked. They're like, oh, the 4 cardinal points of IPOB. So there is something like that in this organization. So there is something called 4 cardinal points. People don't know, because those who are supposed to teach our people the moral fiber of this struggle, the moral fiber of this organization, how to behave even towards one another, they are not doing that. Rather, what are they doing? Finding a way to overthrow the person who funded the organization. This is their job. Finding a way to get involved in all our to go. In every organization, there are divisions of labor. There are finance department, there are this department. But as you can see in IPOB, everybody is a finance officer. Everybody wants to know how much is in the national purse. Everybody wants to know how much is in their family purse. That is not your business. That is not why you are in IPOB. If you're a coordinator, you focus on your coordinatorship. If you are a coordinator, what do? You focus on your coordinatorship. If you are a reps, you do your job, you play your part, you stand on your own lane. You have no business interfering in the finance department because it's not your position. But then again, when you look at it, why would you blame them? Why would you blame the coordinators who have now become financial officers? Why would you blame the reps who have now become financial officer? Because as na negu na atagi ni wana ahihia nwa ya na-ele ya na agba. Negu na ata ahihia nwa ya na-ele ya anya na agba. If the DOS are the ones who are destroying the organization, jumping from one office to another, nobody knows what they are doing. Nobody knows where is his position. Chike who claims, does he understand what is his duties? Does he understand what is his job? Does he understand the boundary? Does he understand the boundary? Most of us here, we go to family meetings. And when we go to our family meetings, we have treasurer. Yes, we have secretaries, we have chairman, we have vice chairman. I'm talking about family meeting we have offices in all this. I'm talking about this common, that we are used to. And we're not that you don't go to a meeting. Have you seen in meeting where the chairman of that organization, of that community, trespassed and goes to the treasurer and say, give me the money. I want all the money in your purse. No, he cannot, because there are boundaries. The only thing the chairman will do is, if he wants accountability, you tell the treasurer, please, we need financial statements. Provide us with financial statements so that the people will know how we are doing, how much we have in our purse. That is your job. That's what you need to do. You don't need to, as a chairman of a community, now you become the financial officer. You begin to put your hand in the cookie jar because you want to know everything about the finance. That is malpractice. I say it is called malpractice. You cannot do that. It is not your position. Any day a chairman of an organization begins to give account of money, then you're no longer a chairman. You're a thief. That's what you are. You all know that you cannot do this rubbish you are doing in IPOB. Nobody speaks. You follow the process, you follow the procedure. But when you come to IPOB, you see everybody jumping up and down. Hey, where is our money? Where is our money? Are you stupid or what? Where is our money? Where is our money? Since when? Because our leader was incarcerated and the people he left the day-to-day running of the organization. Now, probably they were waiting for this opportunity. They have been waiting for such opportunity all their lives. And now that Onyendu is incarcerated, their prayer is, may he not come out. May he not come out so that we can be able to siphon everything so that we can be able to do what we like. Sometimes you ask yourself, what is going on in this IPOB? This person will come, a member of DOS, he begin to talk about money. He begin to talk about finance. The other one will come, he will talk about finance. Jonas Award will come, he will talk about finance. You ask yourself, does it mean in IPOB there are no divisions of labor? Does it mean that in IPOB we only have one office, one office, and that office is financial office? Because everybody's interested. Everybody's interested in the money. Everybody is interested in the account. IPOB, no. Account. Nobody is talking about protest. Nobody is talking about something that we need to do that will gear us up in getting Biafra. When was the last time we went on any diplomatic mission? When was the last time IPOB as an organization went to any diplomatic mission? Except this woman in Israel, Rachel Nwosu, who have made an attempt single-handedly. Except that is what we're supposed to be doing. Wherever we are, wherever we find ourselves. IPOB is all over the world. IPOB is all over the world. But if I may ask you, approaching the governments of where you are, I know there are people who are doing, don't get me wrong, but I'm asking, how many of you are going to meet your councillors? How many of you are going to meet your, the mayor of where you are, the governors of where you are, and talk about Biafra to them? Except Onyola Snoop Dogg. I said, Onyola Snoop Dogg. For the life of me, here in South Africa, the things that happened here scared me. The way comrades are fighting for IPOB's money. My goodness me. Then you ask yourself, don't we have a financial officer here in South Africa? Because we have Madam Alia, Gloria Alia. She is our financial officer in South Africa. But you will see people questioning her, questioning a financial officer. Even you will see somebody maybe who's a PRO or who is the coordinator questioning the financial officer about money. They want wisdom, they want brain. The people look at us, the world look at us at IPOB, and they are wondering, what set of people are this? If these people, you give them Biafra, you give them leadership, you give them government, how on earth are they going to run it? Ask them, how are they going to run it? Because these three diseases of an Igbo man, greed, envy, and jealousy, you came into IPOB for the life of me. I'm not sure why you are here or the reason why you entered IPOB, whether you entered IPOB to seek for opportunity, or where you will get involved and enrich yourself. Is that the reason? I thought IPOB was solely a freedom fighting outfit, period. So why are we jumping from one office to another? And very funny enough, you will never see a secretary fighting with the coordinator and say, oh, I want to take your coordinatorship. No, he will not. Because someone are there. You will not see people fighting for other offices here in IPOB. The only office in a way that is actually like a dollar. Oh, finance. Finance office. Unbelievable. And when our leader was here, nobody dare not. Chike doesn't dare not. Chinasa dare not. Ask about not. Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was gone for a couple of years. Everybody now begin to turn tiger. But nobody is teaching our people the fundamentals of IPOB, the 4 cardinal points of IPOB, the moral fiber of IPOB. Because if we are teaching our people the moral fiber of IPOB, we will behave, there will be discipline. For people to have the audacity to come on social media and begin to insult the man who started it all, the man who saw the vision, the man who orchestrated the catalyst of what is happening, the man who have made a name for us. Just take your phone, go to Google, type in Nnamdi Kanu. Because that man has made a name, not just for himself, but for us, the indigenous people of Biafra. We are known, we are recognized, not because of Ihun Nezuzu Ariaba, no. We are known, we are recognized because of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He have also used his life to get us that recognition. Because this prison he is now is also getting us recognition. Because when they talk about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they will say, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Who are the indigenous people of Biafra? Me and you. For these stupid morons, put your name on Google, put your name on AI and ask him, because if you are recognized worldwide, you will be amazed. Now, listen to me, don't take this for granted. If you want to evaluate yourself in this struggle, if you want to evaluate yourself to know who you are, go do one day when I get in Google. Just joy ajuju. Say, please tell me about Ikechukwu Onoha. Tell me about Njideka. Tell me about Nenayanya. You ihuna auchi data ge the online abage na agbaga oto. Ighota that when heal. Ighota roll a little na this struggle. I'm telling you. You think people don't notice you? People do. The world respect Mazen Nnamdi Kanu 1 million times. You are nobody. They don't know you. They only know you as a nuisance. When I look at the kind of people that talk about our leader, they don't comb their head. Ndị na-akọtọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu legide is ọchịara ekwem sa akwana wee chee lọgụ ga chọrọ ọgbọ gị onye ga-etigbuli. Do you go and pick up a fight with somebody who is 1 million times stronger than you? Is that what it is? You have the mouth, the audacity to talk to Nnamdi Kanu. Even the federal government of Nigeria cannot equal Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They have tried, they have fought this man for years and they couldn't win. They just have to, jail him falsely. How you know a real man and how you know a real woman is that before you embark on a journey, you must have a purpose. That's how you know a real man and a real woman. What do I mean by that? You gotta have a reason why you joined IPOB. A very good reason. You gotta have a good reason why you joined IPOB, why you find yourself in the struggle. Because most of you don't even know why you are here. You are lost. Because if you know the reason why you are here in IPOB, you know that any day you feel that mission, that reason is no longer viable, it's no longer visible, what do? You walk away. That's what people do. You walk away. If you live in a house and the owner of the house is misbehaving, treating you bad, I'm talking about the landlord or landlady, they are treating you so bad, what do? You move out, you pack your things and go look for another house. Do you take your landlord to court and say to the court, I want to take over this house? You cannot. It doesn't matter what your landlord have done to you. You just go. Ilawa. You cannot reap where you did not sow. You cannot. Somebody built a house and invited you as a guest, and you came because what happened is Mazen Namdekano, saw a vision of Biafra restoration, and then he invited us and say, Umochineke, come and join me. Let us go and get this promised land. Do you know what it means? It means that we are helping. We are helping. Why are we helping? Because we are sharing in a vision of one man. This is not my vision, Ikechukwu Onoha. The vision for the restoration of Biafra is not my vision. It is not your vision. You have never slept one day and said, oh, I'm going to go and restore Biafra. No, you have not. One man saw it all. One man dreamt about it. One man conceived about it. And he set up an organization called IykeObed, which is an umbrella to restore the kingdom of Chukwuka on this planet Earth. And then you saw what he has started. You saw what he has orchestrated. And you were so delighted. You loved it. And then you joined. That's why you are here. And then you wake up one morning and decide, no, I want to take over from him. I want to chase him away from the house he built and then take over the house. Are you crazy? That's basically what some of you are doing. You did not build this house. You did not start anything here. As a matter of fact, when you joined IykeObed, you were just nobody. That same man, Megi HOD, Chikedozim, Megi Nka. Then you know, chose ke karazi onye bidoro ihe niile. Ị chose ke karazi, not only nature ekara ya o, kama ị chọsịrị ịchụpụzi ya chụpụ n'ụlọ ya, werezie ya. It is not possible for a servant to be greater than his master. And I'm going to say it again. It is not possible for a servant. It's not going to happen. Because you will know it's not possible. It's like you waking up in the morning and you say to your father, Papa, but I want to take over. I want to take over the house. You wake up in the morning, you say to your father, get out of this house. I want to take over the house. I'm the first son. Even when your father is alive. I thought our people are endowed with wisdom and knowledge. But sometimes when I look at our people, I think it's over-exaggerated. This so-called wisdom, I think it's over-exaggerated because you let you hindi name, you know, you wonder how Boki, I know how Boki, how on Dausa, and the Fulani, Malam, Kahama, Namanda no money here. I'm telling you the truth. I'm being honest. No money here. Because how come they are ruling you forever and ever and ever? Abraham, how one didn't but say election rule, how go for a betonye vote to her? They will vote in one ballot, all of them. Aboki, come and shine my shoe. You didn't clear more. Yeah, and I wouldn't able. I might hear too much now. We are the most intelligent. My friend, go and sit down. We're intelligent in there, but we're intelligent. Oh, no, rule of Ben game body, we're intelligent. No, that is not intelligent. Intelligence comes in many forms and measures. Because so in a people will not say to you, you are wise, you are intelligent. Let me tell you one thing, I think sometimes I need to I not value one. I wouldn't be why I say now you are the most cleverest. I am matching any do you know what they say about us? They say that we are the best entrepreneur. Now you are business. I don't know if you understand. Now business no. Because working at other avenue, other areas of life, you may fail woefully. So I don't know who told us or who lied to us that we are very clever and we're very intelligent. All right, now
I'm John Ajuju. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this whole, freedom fighting outfit. And all these years, we've been fighting with the government of Nigeria. Together with him, we are fighting and fighting. And suddenly, ndị a na-abịa elelelele gbazi ọtọ na-agba egwu n'iro. Ndị a na-abịa ekiri ekiri wụziri ntụ onwe ha n'ahụ onwe ha aja na-agba egwu n'iro. Who told you that after insulting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the hearing of your enemies, to the hearing of the government, that you will achieve anything in this struggle? It's not possible. It's not. Because Nigeria is afraid of you. They're afraid of IPOB when IPOB is united, when IPOB is one front. But now that you are insulting the main guy in that Natojo, the main guy, the Nigerian government in Natojo, kono na barizi na umokoko na chose kono werezie kono take you over. I don't understand for the life of me how these people think for one day that they can achieve or restore Biafra. None of you is capable. I said, none of you is capable. Do you know why? Because the whole concept of Biafra restoration is a vision, it's a calling, it's a prophecy. It is not Nigeria is not a place you will come and play this game and go free. Because I dare you to go and challenge the Nigerian government. No. He has been incarcerated. He has been there before. He has been there before. He is there again. And he comes out alive. Would you be able to come out alive? I'm asking you. You think it's easy? The problem our people have is because in all our knowledge, you will sit and listen to your fellow man telling you rubbish. You cannot use your inner eye to evaluate, investigate. More possible. We just agree. You put on our Facebook, a headless chicken. God fire you, to God polish you. And then you ask yourself, I wonder again with the Biafra. Honestly, I mean, all of this crop of people that we have, if it is this crop of people that we have, I'm telling you, because there is no need then with the Biafra. Honestly, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we know. Who are you? I say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we know. Who are you? I came into this struggle because of him and not because of you, because I don't know who you are. I cannot serve my fellow servants. We all came here to serve the master. And now, suddenly, my fellow servants turn around and say, oh, let's kill the master. I want to take over. Then I must now serve a servant. It's not going to happen. It is not possible. Never happened anywhere in the world. You can go ahead and do that. Not people like us. You cannot insult our intelligence just because they make a HOD, make a DOS, and then you feel that you could make a No, who are you? Tell me. The only man that we listen to, the only man that we obey is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I will obey you if you are obeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm talking to the DOS now. I will listen to you if you, as a DOS member, is listening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I will respect you as a DOS member if you are respecting the main man. If you are insulting the main oga, how on earth do you expect me to respect you? You are nothing. You are nothing. I cannot. It's not possible, even if I try. Because the reason why I am here is because of Oga on top, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Not you. You are my fellow servant. You are my fellow worker. For what? Why will I do that? It doesn't work like that. I respect authority because the highest authority is being respected by the one who is above me. If you are above me, remembering that there is another person who's above you. I'm talking about the person who give you power to preside over me. If you disrespect him, I will disrespect you. Because there's no need. It does not work like that. It's reciprocal. It is a reciprocal event. Isopromas Nnamdi Kanu as DOS. Isopromas Nnamdi Kanu as coordinator. Isopromas Nnamdi Kanu as a rep. I can now respect my coordinator. My coordinator Muslims Nnamdi Kanu go to hell. Masagi go to hellfire. It's as simple as that, because where is the respect? The reason why the people are making videos and insulting our leader is because the DOS has given them leverage. Even though they don't want to talk, they use people, they allow people to go and insult our leader. And then at the end of the day, you expect people to respect you. It's not going to happen. Because what you people have done is that you have, you nobody like IPOB, you nobody like into pieces. And because nobody like IPOB into pieces, you're not going to get the respect. No, respect is reciprocal. If you cannot respect the leader who made you what you are today, who brought you into the movement, there is no way on earth you will be respected. Kiss it goodbye, because it's God. It is animal kingdom. That's what it is. Animal kingdom, animal farm. Everybody behave the way they are because the leadership has failed everybody. They are not doing the needful. All right, let me go back to these 4 cardinal points of IPOB, because apparently this is why, or the reason why we are where we are today. Because if those leadership had focused on these 4 cardinal points and our code of conducts and instill it in our people will be disciplined enough to understand that this is where I stop. How dare you open your stinking, smelling mouth? Who are you? Because none on a prison. No, wait, he's coming out. If you think he's gonna be there forever, you're making a mistake. When he comes out, get me a video. You are, I mean, you are a dead lion. You are it's a matter of kicking a dead lion. Because if you feel you are man enough, or when you are DOS enough, why don't you wait? But Nnamdi Kanu pụta. Ịghọtara mgbe Nnamdi Kanu pụta. Ya wụrụ nwoke na ibi ya 50-50. Oh, somebody who is incarcerated, who is in jail, he now shout like a mad dog. No, you're not a man. That's not how to fight. That's not how to fight. If you want to fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wait for him to come out. Can he be amazing one-on-one? I don't listen to cowards, because that's what I call you people, cowards. You're fighting a man who is in custody because of you. That's why he is there. And you're blackmailing him. You are blackmailing him, and you expect us to agree and listen to you. Oh, come on. You don't kick a horse when he's down. Just wait when a horse is standing. Even horse na bakarat. Horse na bakarat. Because even he got horse on us, you call yourself men, and you are fighting a man who is in chain. Woman, DOS, and you are fighting a man who is in chain. You need to talk to somebody. Get it? It's a logo. That's how you fight as a man. You don't go and fight against somebody whom you know he's not going to fight back. What does that make you? You're a coward. You're not a man. Nnamdi Kanu no outside. He gave me answer. I'm asking you. Nnamdi Kanu no outside. Chinasa, do you remember when we were doing Buhari expose? When we were working with Onyendu on that? I'm doing the draft and everything. You're also there. Now you are bold. You are bold to talk to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Chinasa because he is in chain. You're not a man. You're a coward. Quote me, I say so. Chinasa, you are a coward, because if you're a man and you are man enough, you will wait for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out then challenge him. Yeah, put a challenge to him. Talk to him then as a man against man. Oh, won't keep begin in chain in custody, and he's not gonna defend himself. He cannot defend himself. And then you expect me to listen to you or believe the garbage you are saying. You cannot fight against a man in chain. That is, that is an action of a coward. That is an action of a coward, because real men fight face to face and not behind a shield, behind a microphone, behind whatever. And you're talking back at the Lion of Biafra, Agu Biafra. How? That these people are not men enough. I'm telling you the truth, because if they are men enough, they will really wait for you to come out. And also, he who alleges must be able to substantiate whatever it is that they are alleging. If you feel that you are a strong man, you got what it takes, you know the roadmap to Biafra, why don't you go and start your own freedom fighting outfit? Even our leader used to say it. We can have as many freedom fighting outfits as possible. He doesn't mind. All we need is somebody who would lead us to Biafra. Why don't you go and start your own? You cannot try to chase another man from a home he built so that you can take over. Where does it happen? Where have it happened before? If you're man enough, you have what it takes, you have the charisma, why don't you go and start your own freedom fighting outfit? As a matter of fact, you lots in DOS, why don't you go and start your own? Yeah, let's see if these same people will follow you people. Let's see if it will follow you. One stupid thing our people have adopted that I don't know who's teaching them that. And I think the reason why this is happening is because our people, they don't have time to read. Chiho to Toyola Mapogawa business here. Izugida here. Mandela hustle on make the ona ko be chijie e bata begi ka wo na hona. People on Facebook and I call it because you're not informed, you don't read. Our leader's family, This IPOB is not the first freedom fighting outfit the world have seen. During the time of Gandhi, there was a freedom fighting outfit. During the time of ANC, there were freedom fighting outfits. I'm here in South Africa. All the families of Mandela were involved in their freedom fighting. My best friend, the daughter of Mandela, Zinzi Mandela, she's my best friend. She was, from childhood, Zinzi was involved. And for those of you when I call the name, go and Google it. Zinzi Mandela was fighting alongside her mother. Remember, the head arrow there was Mandela. But Winnie Mandela was championing the cause. Family, not family business. What rubbish is that? Who's teaching you that nonsense? People just put some garbages in your head and you begin to dance around naked in the marketplace. IPOB is not the first freedom fighting outfit where family have fought in the struggle. And I'm telling you about ANC. During the time of the struggle, when Mandela was in Robben Island, when Mandela was incarcerated, his wife, Winnie Mandela, she was later called the mother of the nation, the mother of South Africa, Winnie Mandela. She was fighting. She was on ground when her husband was in custody. You people have been playing around with our leader's wife, inviting her to Radio Biafra, and then you go behind her back and you insult her husband. All the things that woman has been going through without her husband. Madam, Radio Biafra. You keep on inviting our leader's wife to the radio, using her to speak what you want her to speak. And then you went around, you didn't even think about her. You didn't think about what that woman was going through. And you insult her husband. You guys made her husband a caricature. Isn't that insult and insult. If you guys love that woman the way you claimed you love her, the way you keep on inviting our leader's wife to Radio Biafra to come and speak, would you ever go and speak against her husband? It's because you don't value her. Evil men, blackmailers, you are. You're telling me about our leader's family, our leader's family. Are you guys insane? Zinzi Mandela, the daughter of Mandela, the first daughter of Mandela, was involved in the struggle here in South Africa. Yes, she's my friend before she passed away. May God bless her soul. Zinzi was involved from a young age. If you Google her picture, you see how old she was. She was very, very young when she joined the struggle. I'm talking about Zinzi Mandela. And then after Zinzi, her mother also, who is Winnie Mandela. And the people never for one day, incarcerated them and say, family, family. No, they were welcome because they were all working for the same goal. Because when somebody in a family declare their intention, because of the love of the family, they always support their sibling, their father or their mother in that cause. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose this path. Do you think that their family was really happy initially? Because they know what it's all about. They know they might lose him. They know he might get halt. But the family supported Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's all they did. They supported their brother. Even their father supported Biafra. Supported his son. All you people keep on saying, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, family business. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, fine boy, family business. Yeah, we have solo to you. You know what they say? When you want to kill a dog, you call a dog a bad name. Bad name. Family. Who told you that families don't get involved in freedom fighting? Are they not Biafrans? Is Kalonta not a Biafran? Is Prescan fine boy not a Biafran? Is their family not a Biafran? And I want to our leader's wife, is she not a Biafran? Why would they not get involved in Biafran? They have the right. As a matter of fact, Kalonta Kanu is a member of IPOB. It's not just because his brother is the leader and then he want to get involved. No, he is also a member of IPOB. So stop allowing yourself to be deceived. Stop allowing yourself to be lied to. You are a man. You have your own brain. You have your own thinking faculty. When people come with stories, try to analyze every story. Try to investigate. Don't just agree anything that you were told or anything you heard. That is really insane, I must tell you. To be honest with you, my heart is broken. My heart is broken because our leader's wife, every time they were inviting her on Radio Biafra, every time they will invite our leader's wife on Radio Biafra, there's nothing wrong with her going to speak about Biafra. I love that. It's good that she's supporting the cause, that she's supporting her husband. But you guys did not think about her when you begin to engineer all this, Mazi George, you may cause them legal worm. When you begin to engineer all this headless chicken on Facebook to begin to insult her husband, because beside our leader being the leader of IPOB and a freedom fighter, he's a father, he's a husband, he's a father to his children, he's a husband to his wife. You guys did not think about that woman, and you begin to speak rubbish about her husband, begin to blackmail her husband, and tomorrow again you guys will call her back to Radio Biafra. What an insult! What an insult! That's the kind of people our people are. That's how we operate. That's how we think. That's how we reason. Once you hear one thing, oh, DOS is wise. DOS is wise. Well, I ask you, wise how? You can't even explain. Okay, fine, fair enough. Let's agree that DOS is wise. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is wiser. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is what? Wiser. Because a servant cannot be greater than his master. A servant cannot be greater than his master. Our master is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are all servants in this struggle. Yes, we come here to serve our people. That's what we came to do. IPOB is an umbrella. We came to serve our people by getting Biafra. But we have a master, we have a leader who is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And you cannot reap where you did not sow. He built this house called IPOB, and you cannot chase him away from his own house. If you want a house, go and build your own. We can have 1 million freedom fighting outfits. We can have hundreds of freedom fighting outfits. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing at all. If anybody get Biafra first, we thank Elohim, because what we want is Biafra. It doesn't matter who get it. But you must do it the right way. You must do it the proper way. You cannot come, you cannot, I mean, since we joined IPOB, we have seen many crops of DOS. People come, people go. So what makes you think at your own turn, you are not going anywhere? You're insisting that you're not going to go. You must die there. Isn't that insane? That is insanity. Because somebody made you a DOS. Somebody made you a DOS. Did you make yourself a DOS? Absolutely not. So I'm talking about the cardinal points, the 4 cardinal points of IPOB. These points is a moral fiber. That's what I call it. The moral fiber of IPOB. It's like having children. If you have children in your house and you don't teach them the good way, you don't teach them manners, you don't teach them morals, they are going to misbehave. Because oh my goodness me, our people forget so quick. Our people forget so quick. And there is something wrong with us and history. We forget so quick. Can you believe that we were sanitized by Onyendu for many years, and today we are behaving like this? Then you ask yourself, did these people really learn one thing from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Now, if you people did not learn anything from Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you think you're going to learn from DOS. What are you going to learn? Because everything there that is to learn. When you do Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have taught us everything. And I know, and I don't need nobody to teach me nothing. Honestly. Because I came here to learn from one man, and that man is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And nobody else. Absolutely nobody else. So the first cardinal point of IPOB, and then of course I'm going to summarize with this and we'll call it a day. The first cardinal point of IPOB, you must be without fear before your enemies. You must be without fear before your enemies. Fear is the greatest weapon of oppressor. It paralyzes action, breeds compromise, and turns potential victors into perpetual victims. The first cardinal point demands fearlessness, not recklessness, but a principled courage that refuses to cower even in the face of overwhelming odds. That is our first cardinal point. You must be without fear before your enemies. And that's what our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, taught us. For the Biafran cause, this means confronting state power, international indifference, and internal betrayal without flinching. History teaches that empires fall not when the oppressed are weakest, but when the oppressed discover they have nothing left to fear. The Jewish prophets, the American founding fathers, and Nelson Mandela all embodied this. True liberation begins the moment fear loses its grip on the human spirit. In practical terms, fearlessness manifests in peaceful but resolute activism. Sit-at-homes, diplomatic engagements, media campaigns, and the refusal to be silenced by threats, arrest, or propaganda. It rejects the slave mentality that will whisper, "Be quiet, or things will get worse." Instead, it proclaims, "I am already free in my mind. The rest is inevitable." A fearless people cannot be permanently subjugated. This point reminds every IPOB member that the enemy greatest strength is your own terror. Strip that away and the moral high ground becomes an impregnable fortress. You see, I'm going to laugh on this one, The only time we are strong as IPOB members is when we insult each other. The only time we are strong as IPOB members is when we insult our leader, when we breach protocol, when we breach the hierarchy of Oslo, when we breach the code of conduct, when we breached the four cardinal points. That's when you see us, buzzing. And you will see that they will even come to this Facebook platform now. They will have IPOB and insulting one another. But when he comes in the presence of the enemy, none will talk, none will speak. They will just keep quiet. When they're in presence of the enemy, when they're supposed to be bold like a lion, they will not talk because they don't know the cardinal point of IPOB, which says that you must be without fear in the presence of your enemy. I saw one of our comrades, I don't know where this happened. I think it was in the UK where, I don't know who visited there. I saw him brave. They were holding him. He was pushing. He was speaking. Free Nnamdi Kanu, That is being without fear in the presence of your enemy. And most of you, on Facebook now, and that is not who we are at IPOB. It is not a focal point. If you can do that, then you are indeed a member of IPOB. And what is number two? The number two cardinal point of IPOB: you must speak the truth always, even if it leads to your death. But here in IPOB, who speaks the truth? Nobody. Blackmailing is the order of the day. That's what we are so good at doing in IPOB. We blackmail each other, we lie against people, we say things just to hurt them, destroy their images and what have you. That only behind them in IPOB. But he says you must speak the truth. Always, even if it leads to your death. That's what the number two cardinal point of IPOB spoke about. Truth is the oxygen of justice. Without it, movements rot from within and lose legitimacy before the world. The second cardinal point elevates truth telling to a sacred duty, not selective or convenient truth, but the raw, unravaged reality, regardless of personal costs. You speak the truth and damn the consequences. In the Biafran contest, this means refusing to sugarcoat the 1967 to 1970 genocide, the ongoing marginalization of the Southeast, the economy strangulation, the security crisis, and the denial of self-determination rights. It demands calling out both external oppressors and internal saboteurs with equal honesty. Silence in the face of evil is complicity. Half-truth are betrayal. You cannot be silenced in the midst of evil. When you see evil is happening, you call it out for what it is. The Bible na-asị, okenye nọ na na-egwu ala n'akụkụ window ya agba nkịtị. Ọmama egwucha na ahụ ma onye nwa ka a ga-eburu tinye n'ime ya. So when you see evil happening, you must speak and you must call it out. You must call it out for what it is. That's what speaking the truth is all about. This principle draws from timeless traditions, the Igbo value of Eziokwu Bondo, the biblical prophet who spoke truth to power, and Socrates who chose death over dishonest living. In a world drawn in propaganda, fake news, and political spins, a movement anchored in uncompromising truth becomes a beacon. It attracts genuine allies and exposes hypocrisy. Speak the truth. How difficult can that be? Speak the damn truth. Speaking truth to death is not suicidal, it is redemptive. It plants seed that outlive the speaker. Mazenam Dekano own imprisonment and the resilience of IPOB despite crackdown testify to this. A truth boldly spoken cannot be imprisoned. And then we go to number 3, the 3 cardinal points of IPOB. You must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves. You know, when our leader was outside, our duty as IPOB, we help people, we help the widows. Even among us as IPOB, there are those who have lost family members, women who have lost their husband who have lost their wives, and who have lost friends and family, those who have died in this struggle. We help their family. But ask me, do we still do it now? The people who are supposed to do that, they are not. But I believe Wanda Nayanya is still doing, the best she can do with a limited source of fund. Because same as the Handyman IPOB na kita or finance, on your finance officer. That's what everybody wants. People want to get into the account. They want to put their hands in the cookie jar. That's what IPOB is all about today. But yet they forgot that our leader said there is only one account you all must pay into, and that is the account where Wadanne Nayanya is in charge. And he said again, I quote, any account that Wadanne Nayanya is not privy to must be shut down. Are you guys following that? Absolutely not. You're following DOS. I don't know the day DOS become IPO account officers for this struggle. Never. We have divisions of labor. We have our sketch. We have divisions of offices. But today, one office is doing everything all by themselves. Unbelievable. So, you must help the poor and those who cannot help themselves. That is what our leaders say. And it's not 3 cardinal points. It's actually it's 4 cardinal points. If the DOS are quoting 3 cardinal points, that means they're hiding one. But we continue. Now, movement deserves the name liberation. If it abandons the vulnerable, the 3rd cardinal point grounds IPOB in compassionate action, a deliberate commitment to uplift the weak, feed the hungry, educate the deprived, and protect the defenseless. But who will do it? Because these people are not interested. What they are interested in is money. That's what they're interested. They are not interested in all the conducts, all the code of conduct, the moral fiber, which is the 4 cardinal points of IPOB. Absolutely not. So where are they going to know? Because if they are reading this 4 cardinal points, they should know that this is a task that we must do as IPOB. They will know that there are the vulnerables among us. They must know there are those who have lost loved one in this struggle that we need to help. They don't, because they're not listening. My goodness me. Biafra history during the Civil War was defined by extraordinary communal solidarity and starvation. Today, these principles translate into practical philanthropy, supporting widows and orphans of fallen activists, aiding communities hit by insecurity or economic hardship, building schools, providing skills, training, and fostering self-reliance. It rejects elitism within the struggle. Do you hear that? Our code rejects elites, cabals. It's in these cardinal points. Do you hear that? Our struggle abhors elitism. In other words, cabals. It is unacceptable in this struggle. The richest and the poorest must see themselves as one family. This echoes the highest ethical traditions across cultures. Ubuntu. I am because we are. Christian charity in nation building terms. It ensures that a restored Biafra will not replicate the failures of other post-colonial states. where independence benefited only a tiny elite. A Biafran built on helping the helpless will be a society of shared prosperity, where no child is left behind and no elder is discarded. Can you see the kind of leader we have, Mazen Amdekano? He thought all these things through. When he brought these four cardinal points, that's how you know a leader with fiber, a leader with moral fiber, a leader that knows the way, a leader that has the map, the roadmap to where we are going. He knows that we need to help one another. He knows that we need to help the needy among us. But because the people he left in charge are not interested in all this, four cardinal points and all this code of conduct, people are perishing. People are now going to Facebook hungry and they are just talking nonsense, talking rubbish, attacking everybody because a hungry man is an angry man. We must go back to the roots. We must go back to the four cardinal points of IPOB and we must help our people. Compassion is not weakness. It is strategic strength. It builds unbreakable loyalty and moral authority that no amount of military force can overcome. One, you must be of good character so that God may love thee. My goodness me. You must be of good character so that God may love thee. And this is our number four cardinal points of use at the honesty in private and public life and conduct worthy of divine favor. Good character means rejecting corruption, tribalism, within the IPOB nation, sexual exploitation, betrayal for personal gain, betrayal of the day in IPOB these days, betrayal for personal gain and the temptation to become what one fights against. It demands that IPOB members live as exemplars in business, family, social media, and daily interactions. A movement of sense may be unrealistic, but a movement striving for saintly standard inspire trust and sustain itself through generations. These principles acknowledges a spiritual dimension. True freedom is not merely political but holistic. A people of degraded character cannot build a just nation. My goodness me. Do you understand that? A people of degraded character cannot build a just nation. Freedom fighting. This is not what we're going to use to go into Biafra. There is no way we are going to build a great nation that we think of or we talk about. Oh, Biafra will be a great nation with Ihon name, Ihon Napito. I don't think so. All right, so let's continue. We're almost finishing. Let me see where I stop. All right, this principle acknowledges a spiritual dimension. True freedom is not merely political but holistic. A people of degraded character. A people of degraded character. I continue. A people of degraded character cannot build a just nation. No matter how many referendums they win, God may love thee. God may love thee is a profound reminder that the struggle is bigger than human actors, is aligned with cosmic justice. In Igbo cosmology and broader African spirituality, character, ma, determines destiny. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, and many Biafrans hold righteousness exalt a nation. A restored Biafra must be known not just for innovation and enterprise, but for its ethical foundation. The power of the 4 points together. All right. In summary, I want you to listen to this. Very, very important. The power of the 4 points together. These cardinal points are not isolated rules, but a unified philosophy. Fearlessness without truth becomes tyranny. Truth without compassion turns cold, and elitism or elites. Com- Compassion without character breed dependency and abuse. Character without fearlessness remains passive and ineffective. This is how educated, classy Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu is. I don't know who feel or who think that they will fill his shoes. Umuokoko. In a Nigerian plagued by corruption, ethnic suspicion, or suspicion, I beg your pardon, and leadership failures, IPOB's 4 cardinal points offer a superior alternative, a vision of self-determination rooted in human dignity, rather than revenge or domination. They remind the world that Biafra is not a threat, but a promise, a potential beacon of freedom, innovation, and moral leadership in Africa. For every member of the IPOB family worldwide, in the villages of the Southeast, the streets of Lagos, the diaspora in Europe and America, and the digital trenches of social media, these 4 cardinal points are both shield and sword. Live them daily, teach them to your children, embody them in every action. The restoration of Biafra will not come through miracles alone, but through people who have internalized this truth. Fearless before tyrants, truthful unto death, compassionate to the weak, and upright before God and man. This is the finest legacy one can leave. That is the soul of the Biafran struggle. May the 4 cardinal points guide every heart that longs for a free, prosperous, and righteous Biafra. The future belongs to those who live by them. Written by Barrister Ikechukwu that point of IPOB. What you do with it is entirely up to you. Noble family without knowing what our 4 cardinal point is. Follow me on my Twitter page as well, IykeObed Honora on Twitter. You can also follow me on my Facebook page, Mike Biafrobi. And also, you must also follow us on Biafra Radio Facebook page. Very, very important. I do publicize this whistleblower every day, and I'm doing it in order to help us as IPOBians to understand, now to remember all the forgotten things our leader have taught us, because our leader taught us many things. Our leader sanitized us, but it seems, it appears that we have forgotten almost everything Oyendu taught us. So I put it on me, or I took it upon me to begin to write in order for me to remind us the things that we have forgotten. And each time I come on air, I will treat each point here and there. Very, very important. So what we thought about today was the 4 cardinal points of IPOB. Very, very important, very sound. You need to know it. Please read the whistleblower, and of course, you'll be able to read the in-depth analysis of this whole thing. Because what I do is I analyze it more in depth for understanding. And of course, when I come back again on air, I will treat on another subject matter. Very, very important. All right. Thank you, dear friends. This is where we will bring this gospel to an end. And I pray that Elohim will bless us. Elohim will keep Oyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he will be free even before we know it. Very, very important. And this evening, of course, from me and from here, it is goodbye. And may Elohim bless Biafra. And may Elohim bless our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And again soon. Remain blessed.